The division that I run, it's professional and financial risk. So within that you have some traditional exposures in traditional industries as well as emerging risks. So the diversification in terms of size of business that we deal with, the international scope of our offering, these could be UK firms, these could be firms in the Middle East or Asia. So the territorial understanding you have to have makes it fascinating. The change in regulation that affects different industries has an impact on the insurance buying itself. So it's just so diverse and very dynamic in terms of the impacts on the insurance. It keeps it very fresh and interesting. Today we wanted to talk about something a little bit more emerging and something quite progressive. So we were speaking about the Internet of Things and what that means for casualty and liability insurers. So the Internet of Things being that network of devices or things that are connected to the internet to share data and therefore add values to the user or the manufacturer or other devices as well. So we were talking about the Internet of Things and what that really means from a risk perspective and what it means for insurers and the insurance business model. The Internet of Things has great value to, and will have continued value to insurance because of the pure business model itself and the ability of insurers to gather more data and information and therefore have greater analytics in terms of real-time information on the performance of businesses, the business they're insuring and how they're running. So a good example of that is motor insurance and telematics within cars themselves, those black boxes that insurers will install in cars, recording how those cars are being driven, how fast they're being driven, any accidents they're in. So the buyer of that insurance is actually then paying a premium in a real-time basis based on their behaviour as a driver. So the product itself, the insurance, is really tailored specifically to that user. On the underwriting side, it produces new liabilities potentially to casualty underwriters because of greater opportunities and risks of product recall, financial loss, bodily injury or property damage arising from malfunction or disruption or interruption of these Internet of Things devices. So Lloyd's has always been at the forefront of developing products which respond to new exposures. And it's a great opportunity now for Lloyd's to respond to this. Now, one of the concerns about new product exposures is that the insurers can't gather enough information, therefore they don't want to take the whole risk, whereas the Lloyd's subscription market allows insurers to share that risk in an emerging space. So Lloyd's is perfectly set up to help provide solutions for Internet of Things. And part of the main selling point for Lloyd's is always going to be around the claim service itself. You know, and if you're going to offer a great claim service, you have to have experts and experience in the sector, which is absolutely what Lloyd's has. So Lloyd's really is at the forefront of professional and financial lines.